Hi everyone, welcome back to the Keeping It Positive podcast with your host. I'm Cameron.
And I'm Ashley, and today we're just going to be recapping over what it feels to be basically 1 year in Postgrad tomorrow.
Yes!
Tomorrow! That is insane. It's been 1 year.
I know, it's crazy.
Like what? But before we get into that, I'm going to open us up with the unpopular opinion of the day.
With Ashley!
So today's unpopular opinion, it is that I don't have favorites. People always come up to me and ask me, like, what's your favorite this, what's your favorite that? I don't have favorites. Because I just like so many different things that it's hard for me to pick, like, a favorite food, a favorite color, a favorite picture, a favorite anything. So I just don't have favorites. I just give you a random answer every time.
What?
Mm-hmm.
But you have a favorite color, like...
No, I don't. I have multiple colors I like. I don't have a favorite one, though.
What's your favorite color is yellow?
That was the day. Of the day. Sometimes it's burnt orange, sometimes it's green, sometimes it's pink. It just depends, but I don't have favorites.
Depends on your mood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can see that. Like I see other people saying that too, because it's like it's hard to make a decision. Like, oh, this is my favorite color. I mean, I have favorites. I have favorite things that I like better than the other things, but I still like other colors. I still like other things. Still like other sports.
Facts.
But it's like I might have my more chosen things. You know.
That's true.
So like, yeah. Okay. I feel you. Okay, well, let's get started talking about our post-grad journey.
And how interesting it's been.
I know. It's a year of post-grad, and
while we're talking, we're going to be eating, too. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, just so y'all know.
Cameron has...
I have Chinese food.
What is it, though?
It's chicken fried rice.
Chicken fried rice?
What is it, though?
She got shrimp on top of it. She's not being descriptive. And I have a delicious spread from Chick-fil-A that I homemade and put on this plate.
Oh
I have some macaroni and cheese, and I have the grilled chicken sandwich, but I get it on, like, the white bun because the multi-grain bun is too crumbly for me. So, yeah. But how does it feel being, like, basically a year out of school tomorrow?
It's crazy, like, I mean, like, part of me is like, I just feel like I'm just going along the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's like, it's nothing set in stone for me personally. Maybe for other people, but for me, like, nothing is like, I know this is going to be my life path for the rest of my life type thing. So I'm just kind of like, at the point where I'm like, I'm not being too hard on myself because I've been only a year post-grad. It's like, yes, it's been a year, but a lot can change in another year. In another year. And another, like, things happen on its own.
By next month, a lot could change.
Like, by next month, a lot could change. By the end of this year, a lot could change. So it's like, I don't take the time to, like, I try not to take the time too seriously and, like, be hard on myself. Like, oh, I should have all this accomplished by this time, by X amount of time. Because, like, tomorrow I can win the lotto. Tomorrow I could get offered a high paying job. Tomorrow I could go, you know what I mean? Like, get offered to go to another country and live.
Sure.
You don't know, like, what's going to happen at any point in time. So, like, and you know, things happen on its own timeline, your own timeline. And I can be like, oh, I wish I would have done this, because maybe that would have changed how, you know, I always think about that too. Like, even when I went to college, I was like, if I would have went to a different college, I wouldn't have met you.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have been as close to you. Like, definitely not been as close to you. But if I would have went to another class, I would have met all the friends I have now, which the friends I have now, I feel like they're my lifelong, like, people are locked in, like, my family, all basically. You know, I would do anything for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, everything happens when it's supposed to happen on its own timeline. That's why I have trust. For me, I trust in the Lord. That, you know, my plan is His plan, and you know, if it's in His favor, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta trust in that and know that He got me regardless. Like, you know, it's
that.
hard. It's hard sometimes because it's like, you know, you want good things to happen to you all the time, over and over again. But like, you gotta know, like, it's not like that's just not your time for that specific thing to happen.
And I know for me, I was getting down on myself. I'm like, dang, like, I was thinking the other day, I'm like, it's about to be a year. Like, what is going on? It's about to be a year. And I feel like when I graduated, I had a mindset, like, life was going to happen in, like, a specific order of events. That I was going to find my passion, like, a month after school. That I was going to have, like, a high-paying job, like, 2 months after that. That I was going to be, you know, moving out of my parents' house in a year and a half. That I was going to be financial, like, And all those thoughts that I had graduating school, I just threw them out the window at this point because that's not how it happened. Like, I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm still confused. I don't know what. But I'm still here. I'm still living. So it's like
you have expectations of you, and I feel like I feel like that happens to everybody. Even if it's just a little bit, you have certain expectations of what your life will look like after you graduate. And I know I had expectations. I was like, you know, I'm gonna get this job. I'm gonna start doing this. Like, I'm gonna, you know, really lock down on doing this certain thing I want to do in my life, and like, I'm just gonna completely shape my life around 360. And like, realistically, that's not everybody's path, and that's not meant for you to happen right now. It might happen when you turn 25. It might happen when you turn 27. It might happen when you turn 30. Like, you're gonna when your life gonna flip, do that flip. You know what I mean? To the point where you can like, you feel like you're, you know, you got an apartment, you got your own place, you got your own money. Like, all that happens when it's supposed to happen.
That's facts.
A lot of people I see playing online, they like, you know, they be like, I'm 28 and I'm still living with my parents, like, or like they lose their job or something, like you know, like
life
happens, like life happens to everyone. At different points in time, like you might be in the up season and your friend might be in the down season, like, you know what I mean? Or I might be in the down season, and you might be in the up season. It's all like, it's going to change at different times based about if you're a good friend, if you're the person who's supporting of your friends and supporting the people around you, you're going to keep, you know, pushing them up because you know that one day it's going to be your turn too. And then you won't expect the same thing. You know what I mean?
That's facts. I guess we can talk about now a little bit, like, what have we been doing since we graduated? So, like, graduation day, the next day to now, what have you been doing?
Honestly, trying to put myself out there, try new things, put myself in some different people's faces. Just putting yourself out there and new experiences. So I feel like you won't learn about yourself and like what you want out of the world or what you want at all if you don't put yourself out there. Like, we don't like put yourself even in uncomfortable situations or like places where you might not necessarily like be the most comfortable. Like, those are the places where you might end up feeling like you can thrive the most, or feeling like you learn the most. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what I've been doing. When I first graduated, I was like, I took a job just because I was like, okay, this is a job. Like, let's just take it. And, you know, I took the job, and it's like, you know, it's not a place where I want to stay forever, and I realize that, and I'm like conscious of that and aware of that. So yeah, I think it's just like about like trying things, and I'm figuring out, okay, I don't like this. I don't like the way they do this. I don't like, you know, doing this. I don't like this type of schedule. Whatever it is, like, you know, you figure out your likes and your dislikes, and then you can kind of go from there, like, you know. And it's like you said, like we said earlier, like, make a decision. Like, you know me, I'm horrible at making decisions. I'm not good. So now I'm in like,
I feel like everybody's like that at some point though.
Yeah, I'm very like indecisive. I'm like, and I've been like that my whole life. Like, then I always am afraid to take that next step because I'm afraid that's like it's gonna be a misstep. Like, I like to have that, not control, but at least like that knowing.
Oh no, yeah, I would consider it control because like sometimes you would like to be in control of your own life, but then when it feels like you're not, it's like it feels like you're just going down a roller coaster without any brakes. Like, you're at the top of a tall hill, going down it, and you can't control how fast or slow it's going, but the roller coaster's like this right here, and I can't stop it. So, like, anytime I'm going right here, you know, I'm chilling right here. But as soon as he said, I'm like,
wait,
what is going on? And that really is how life is.
No, you're not lying, for real. That's a good analogy.
When I graduated, that graduation day, I can remember that before graduation, I was with you and Dalvin, and we were just chilling. Well, actually, we were with the whole friend group, and they all left, and we were just chilling. We were talking like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and finally had to leave because I was like, bruh, I'm tired. We had some great conversations about like what life would look like in like a year, 2 years. It's nothing like that. And then the graduation day, I don't think it's even set in that I graduated until like, I'm not even gonna lie, till like February.
This February?
This past February.
Because I don't know.
It's just so like, I'm so used to being in the school mindset and going to school and knowing what I'm doing that it never set in that I graduated. Graduation day, I just went past it like another day. I was excited because of course you know you're done. Like, I know this, but I don't know this. Yeah. And it was weird.
And I feel like that's how people get set in like trying to go to school. I was just talking to somebody about this. on social media, but we were talking about that need for like, especially like Black women. I feel like we're kind of like low key overachievers in a way, and I feel like we always want to like just like level up in a sense, and it's good, but like you don't want to get stuck in like a place where you're always like burnt out, like you know what I mean, like. Cause I thought about like, I did think about before I graduated. I did think about like going straight back to school, but then I thought like, I feel like if I went and did that, I would be like taking away that aspect of me like trying. I would be scared. It's basically me being scared of being in the real world, and I can't be scared of being in the real world forever.
That's true.
So I have to just be able to like understand that I'm gonna be out here and I gotta get out how to live. You know what I mean? Regardless of what I'm doing, like I gotta figure this out. And it might be hard, but I gotta do something. And that's why I feel like I maybe wanted to take a little break from school, because I feel like school is the safe option for me. School is a comfortable option. Even though it's hard, it's a comfortable option for me, because it's what I've always known. So I have to put myself, like, let me just not put myself in that situation again, and maybe take a little break and just do, like, you know, figure out what I want, or figure out what I don't want. And I might figure out what, then I figure out what I want, you know?
For me, I didn't even think about going back immediately, just because I went to school with my major business just because I did not know what I wanted to do. And I graduated with the same major that I went with, still not knowing what to do. So I was like, let me just try to figure out what I want to do before I go back and get a master's or another degree, just so I won't waste my time and money to do that. So that was my thought process into that. Because
no, I 100%
it's expensive a little bit.
I'm
gonna apply, look for scholarships, all that I can. Hopefully, Lord willing, it can get paid for, and it will, because we're speaking into existence. But I got to figure out like what it is that I want to do first, and I feel like that's the hardest part, but it's the part that like it's possible.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, it's definitely a little tough to navigate. School is free. I feel like people would be in school forever.
Because there's so much good stuff to learn. And also, like, not even the learning aspect. It's just good for the social aspect, too.
The community aspect.
Learning how to work with other people. Learning how to just find yourself a little bit better than you did when you were living at home. Because that's, like, a little taste of the outside world without really getting a taste of it.
I feel like some people say, like, college is the best years of their life. It's, like, I know, now that you're out in the real world, it's like a little, maybe, I don't know. It's just less social community, because not everybody is in close quarters. So it's like,
it's hard to meet people.
Yeah, it's hard to meet people. It's very hard to meet people. And then even when you meet people, some people are a little standoffish. Like, it's not like, if you're at college, everybody kind of at the same place in life. You're around the same age. It's about the same age. Maybe a few years older, a few years younger, but everybody's about at the same pace, and nobody's really moving too much faster than anybody else. But like when you got in the real world, everybody's like, you got people that, oh yeah, I own 2 houses, and then I meet someone who I live with my parents, and you know, like
that's cool.
Everybody like different walks of life, so yeah, it's tough, but
hard to connect people to, yeah. And then also sometimes people stand off just because they don't know like who you are, and they have to get to know you. People crazy. Some people crazy out here. It's a crazy world.
Yeah. Okay. I had a question.
Choose that food, girl.
Okay, I'm gonna put it done. So, if you could graduate college again, like it doesn't happen, like this whole year, postgrad hasn't happened yet. Like, would you do anything differently that you do, like you did, like throughout this time that you've been in postgrad? Like, would you change anything?
I didn't think about my postgrad life or my undergrad life.
Your postgrad life, like after you graduated, if you could do like the whole year after you did, like if we woke up tomorrow and it was the graduation day, and you were about to graduate, would you do anything differently?
That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I would try a little bit harder to try things just to see if I like find anything that stick. And I would stop being as scared to talk to people too, because I'm really bad. Like, I'm good in big social aspects. You know what I mean? Like when it's like a crowd, I can talk on stage. I can talk to people. When it's like a whole bunch, because I was like a Spartan guy in school, so groups people. But like individually, one-on-one is so different than a group of people. So I would honestly focus on that skill earlier on, like in the year, just so I could start getting better at it. Because if I would have started practicing that the day after graduation, I'd probably be like pretty decent at it right now. But I'm just not. I don't know what it is about just talking to somebody one-on-one that I don't know. It's just I don't know if it scares me or it's just uncomfortable, but I'm just not very good at it. And I know it's an area I can get better at. Like, just think of questions to ask. I just never know what to ask, what to talk about. Like, if I'm talking too much, too little, like, what do I say?
Nah, I completely understand.
And I'm like, especially when it's somebody who's older than me. If it's somebody my age, that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
A lot easier, because there's so much we can relate on. But the best conversations are when you can find something that you can relate on, and that's really hard for me to do.
The older person.
The older person sometimes, because they've always asked me, like, how are you doing? What do you want to do with your life? What was your major in school? Like, those questions. And after I answer all those questions, it's like I don't know what to ask back. So I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how connections happen, and that's how you get to meet people and know what they do, and then they can be like, "Oh, would you be interested in this?" Like, I probably could have had a lot more of those conversations if I was better at one-on-one.
Yeah, and I completely understand what you're saying. I think, and I also think it stems from me personally. I don't know about you, but me, I'm not a person who asks for help, like ever. Like I will literally, like, if I need help, I'll do whatever I can to make it happen for me. But I will not. I just don't ask for help, like, ever. Like, I never ask for help. I never ask for help unless I absolutely need it. I don't like asking for help because I feel like that puts me in like a situation where I might be deemed as weak or like not putting in as much effort. And I know that's not the case, but I'm always like, I'll just do it myself. Like, if I have groceries in the car and I have 200 groceries, I would try to put them on my arms, legs, nose, back. But like,
before
I ask somebody else to help me, because that's just how I am. I've always been like that. I'm just like I'm a self-starter, self-dependent person. Like, I don't really like to ever ask for help unless I absolutely need it. And I think that's not a good thing, because like, when you're trying to make connections and you need a job and you need things like that, you have to ask for help. Like, you just have to ask for help. And
you're just not good at
I'm just not good at asking for help. Like, that's been my biggest downfall, because like when I first graduated, I could have probably had something. Like,
if you just asked.
If I just asked, if I had reached out to some people,
because people love helping you, and I realize that. Like, they love it. I've had a couple conversations with some of our family friends, and when I finally get around to talking to them, they're like, "Yeah, like, we want to help you just talk through it. Like, text me. We can schedule a time to meet up to talk about things that you're possibly interested in." I'm like, "Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay." But it's like, if I would have done that earlier on, and got out of my own way and asked for help, I feel like I'm better asking for help with it if it's like a friend.
If it's like a friend, like, it's easy.
It's so easy. But what even me,
I still don't ask. I still barely ask for help. Even my sister, I won't ask my sister for that. I don't even ask my parents like that. And like, I've started stop asking them for.
It's like, what is it about that makes it harder for people? Because like, it's like, what's the worst somebody could say? No, but it's like that no, or that just asking in general. It's just
it's like I just don't.
It's weird. I definitely understand.
I never have a problem offering people for help.
You'll help somebody like this right here.
Yeah, I'll help somebody like
take a shot in the back like this right here. Take the shoe like your feet like this right here.
But when I need something, I'm like, I got it. Like, I got it. My dad's like, Kimmy, you need help? I got it. I picked the bags off the floor. I can do it.
That's not good either, because that can cause stress too. And you don't need that extra unneeded stress, because it's
really hard to just take help for me.
Cameron said it's hard out here for him.
I don't know why I'm like that. I've always been like that, but I'm getting better, like, that's slowly with that. But
it's good that you're slowly working on it though, because nothing can change overnight. Nothing. As much as we wanted to, nothing.
Yeah, nowadays I'll be like, okay, I'll let you take my bags, or like, I'll let you take my stuff, or you can help me with, XYZ. But like, me asking for help, unless somebody just does it, I'm not gonna act like if they just do it, that's different. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, this postgrad has been definitely something to deal with. I mean, I think the only thing that's the only thing I would change is like asking for help. But other than that, I think I wouldn't change anything else,
right?
Because like that's how it was. You know,
that's
I was finding myself. You know, I was figuring stuff out, and I'm still figuring stuff out.
And you can be figuring stuff out for the rest of
my life. You know what I mean? Yeah.
A long, long, long time.
Exactly. It's gonna be one step at a time, and it's like I'm along for whatever for me, whatever the Lord has paid for me. That's what it's gonna be, and I'm just following with His lead. That's all I'm doing.
That's all you can do.
I'm gonna keep working hard, and whatever I'm doing, and I'm gonna push it and lean on faith, because that's all I can do. Like I can't do nothing else. Like, you know, I'm gonna try new things. I'm gonna work hard at what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep putting my best foot forward, and then we gonna wherever the shits may land, that's where they gonna land.
Because all you can do is your best. If you're not doing your best, then, you know, try a little harder. But if you are doing your best, you're doing the absolute most.
Yeah, you're doing what you can. So I would even tell you like you can only do what you can do. Like people can't expect you to do more than what you can do. You at that point, that's all you could do. Like, you know what I mean? Whether it's a job, career, like if you play a sport, like you only can do as much as you can do. So you can't try to give more than you can do, because that's all you put your best foot forward. That's what you did.
You gotta remember that, especially when you like the postgrad down, like when you get down yourself. The postgrad downs, I'm gonna call it the postgrad downs.
I like that.
I like that. The postgrad downs. The postgrad downs are something, because it's sometimes you see all those around you. You see people, you know, getting jobs, moving into their own place, having their own money, taking trips, just looking from the outside, looking in, looking like they're in a good situation, looking like they're where you want to be. But you also got to remember, like, they're struggling too.
Yeah.
Like we all on a struggle bus in some way or another, no matter like what people look like they have, because that's just.
And even if they're not on this bus right now, maybe they be on the bus, they get back on the bus a little later. Like, you know, everybody's gonna have their time where, like I said, like, I might be down in my downtime, I'm not making that much money, not doing the best, and then, you know, you might be up, or it might switch, and it might switch, and we might be. It's gonna be like that for the rest of your life, like, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's all about like just being there for each other, because we all gonna go through times where, like, you lose people, you don't, like, you may lose things that you have. You know, when you go through a tough time financially, like, things are gonna happen over the course of our lives in the next like 10 years. So I think it's just about being there for each other when, like, those things do happen, and, like, always uplifting each other, and, like, knowing that, like, bad things are gonna happen, but, like, good things are gonna happen too. Like, you know, and have that hope and have that faith that, you know, you're not gonna be in a bad situation for a long time.
Exactly, and just remember the song. Don't worry, come on, about a thing. 'Cause what? Cause every little thing is gonna be alright, man. I sing that song to myself so much nowadays. It's not even funny. Like,
that is like one kill me.
That's how.
I know.
That's how I hear it in my head. But that song is so true, because everything will be alright.
That's true.
And, you know, it's okay to feel down. It's okay. You got to live in the feelings. Trust and believe. I be living in the feelings. Sometimes I get up and I'm like, bro, I don't want to do nothing today. So I'll just lay in the bed, get your legs out, and recuperate. Yeah. And then the next day I'll get up and I'll be like, okay, now it's time to get
now it's time to lock in. Like, that's how it is. Like, you have days where you just like, you want to just rot. It's called bed rotting. Like, you just rot in the bed. Like, you just rot in the bed. And then the next day you be like, nah, I can't do this for too much longer. What I got to do to change my life? Like, you know the times where you're like, it's like late at night, like maybe 1 or 2 a.m. You start planning your whole life out. Like, you're like, I need to do this. I need to start eating breakfast. I need to start going to the gym.
Like that. Yes.
I need to start, like, I literally have so many, like, y'all, I have so many notebooks too. That, like, I'm like, I need to lock in on this and start doing this, studying this type of stuff. I can just learn this. Like, let's just learn this. Let's go online and just learn it. Let's watch videos. Let's do it. And I'm like, girl, you really gotta do it. Like, you can't just be saying you're gonna do it and not doing it. You gotta do it. But yeah,
it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, just keep on pushing it. For all the people who are graduating, you know, I want to say give y'all congratulations on the podcast, because y'all are doing a great job. Congratulations on making it to the end. We are so happy for you, and keeping it positive. We love you, and we're gonna keep rooting for you. Just keep pushing, like we always say, and keep it positive all the time, because you're going to have times, but just don't let it get you down because
exactly.
you got this. And, you came this far. Just imagine how much further you could go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As long as you keep that good energy, that good vibes.
It's gonna be good, exactly. And this year it might be a little tough. You're definitely gonna have the ups and downs.
Yeah.
But it's all about figuring life out. You just gotta take every day as it is and keep chugging.
Yeah.
But now we're about to get into our quote of the day, and today that's gonna be given to us by Cameron.
Ooh, yes. Okay. So the quote of the day, I have two. I don't really know how to decide between, but it says, "The capacity for hope is the most significant fact of life. It provides human beings with a sense of destination and the energy to get started."
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the word of the year for me is hope. Like just hope. And hope is kind of like, I think it's similar. Is it similar to faith?
Hope.
Faith.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So hope is just having that positive mindset. Things are gonna get better, and just if you keep that at the forefront of your mind, things are always working out for you at any given point in time. You will always have that hope for a better future or a better now because you're living in it now. And then I also have a quote that says, "You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight." So you can change your mindset overnight, but where you're gonna end up, you can't change. That's set in stone. But the way in which you get there, you can change. So just keep that in the back of your head. Keep that in mind when you're going through life stuff, going through struggles, or just finding yourself, figuring out yourself.
Because you got it. And we all going to get there. We all go through the ups and downs. We all go through the struggles. But as long as we have that hope, that faith, and that end goal in our mind, we're going to be good.
Right.
So thank you so much for tuning in today, everyone. And we hope that this podcast has inspired you to keep it positive.